Well, thank you for having me, Yolanda and Trina. I actually had to ask myself that a couple of years ago because I used to always say, and I'm actually in Portland, Oregon, so it's breakfast here for me and the people that are listening on the West Coast. Uh, I really didn't. I just said, just do it, just like my hometown, Portland, Oregon. I just do it, just do it. And as an entrepreneur, little sleep. The word power nap became very useful to me. Always taking naps, being that having a large family. So, yeah, time management. I just went with the flow. That was what I did. Now I step back. I am healing myself, and so therefore I do have to take time for myself. That's what I started noticing. I always thought, oh yeah, getting the pedicure and taking time to read a book was time for myself. No, I really needed to incorporate more of a balance for me. So while I was focusing on the business as a family member, it's your baby, you're growing it, I really needed to incorporate that time for me. So I started the to-do list. My Sundays were my time, and then incorporated me, a whole day for just me beyond just family. So yeah, you do have to do that. I would say no, I didn't have any certain practice. I just took that to-do list and put me in it instead of the business and family. So stepping forth and stepping back, again, being so married to your baby, it's hard to let go. But having the trust, and again, because I was able to set forth a team, but now being able to delegate and see the leadership within everybody and see the qualities that work, and see where everybody fits, then it makes such a great team that I could step back and allow them to execute. I guess I could say having 7 children should speak for itself, because I guess I was having fun in there while I was, but no, my husband has always been very supportive, as many know. Some have never seen him, so they wonder why, because he was the one with the children at home. But we ran the in-home business from the very start. In fact, the very beginning of our relationship, and choosing to have children at a very young age, and being young ourselves, and still in college, and we also spoke about being entrepreneurs and what that meant to us. So we from the beginning knew what our goals were, and we stayed on that road together. And sure, we had some difficulties, and we invested some things that we wish we had them thousands of dollars back, but in that we've learned together, and I think that's what made our relationship stronger. In the entrepreneurial side, we are learning, as well as in our own relationship, we're learning, and so we got that balance. So we're in our pursuit of happiness, because much like you said, last year I ran into that crossroad. What am I going to do? Am I going to let my business go? And I really wanted to. I mean, I got to that point, like I said, a few years back. I think 2006, 2007 was a very pivotal moment, and I was going to let it all go, but I didn't. I kept on going, and then I saw that, okay, I've grown it to this level, but then my balance was my personal life and what I wanted to do with that. So luckily my business had thrived, and I set that and the team there in place to be able to take it to the next level, to where, yeah, I can enjoy that. And my husband, again, I think it's just great that we've been entrepreneurs and continue to be. And now we see it in our own sons, that they're starting to do the same thing. Yeah. Entrepreneurs are, I mean, being in the entertainment business, I was constantly going. So again, when Andrew said, breathe, that's the first thing you have to do. And for Chad, and it's Michelle, is it? Michelle. I'm sorry, Rochelle. I've got to get to know you because you're a health coach. We'll talk.
Margaret.
Margaret. Rochelle. I'm sorry, Margaret.
That's all right. Yeah, no, I am not a health coach.
It's Rochelle right there. Love to. Okay.
Love to you too. We get to know each other, but yeah.
That's right. As far as breathing, that's the first thing. Stop and think. I mean, you all had just heard my letter that I wrote to a wonderful rapper last week. That was the process that I told him. That's what I said, to stop and think. Because we tend to make irresponsible choices, even as an entrepreneur, and I know I have. And so to get to my health issues, I was having problems. My mom was diabetic, so the weight issue was constant battle for me. 195 pounds, 170 pounds, 180 pounds, 160 pounds. I was constantly battling that. And before I left, I was back up to 170, and now I'm at 130, which is remarkable because that's where I was in high school. I did that with, of course, eating, juicing. But to get to that, I sought out coaches like these lovely women here. I brought a health coach into my life, and a life coach. I also, of course, had a trainer. So I started seeking other people because I can't do it all by myself, and I don't know the answers. So these people do, and that's what I started. I have a meditation coach. You know, just everything that I said, okay, I needed to know. That's what I did. Just started seeking out other people like me, experts in those fields. Do it, start incorporating in my life. And I did that, I think, about 2003 with my health as far as food. And then by 2006, 2007, I really focused on training my body and getting into the physical aspect, to now spiritually working on the health, the life, the spiritual. So I'm working with spiritual life coaches. I believe in branding. A lot of people, and even truth marketing, you know, everybody's ready to put a spin on their business or something else about it. But if you go into, I see now that just even in branding my company, a lot of people would focus on Dee Dee as the brand and not ABC as the brand, and focus on the qualities of who made Dee Dee. And I mean, Dee Dee and who she is what made ABC. But it's so true. When I started focusing on telling my story, once I stepped out and started saying, you know what, I'm sick of this business. I'm sick of how, you know, people are irresponsible in the entertainment business, and there's bureaucratic this and there's this crap, and all of this stuff started running me down, much like Margaret said. All of this stuff I started internalizing and taking upon me and worrying about these things, and of course taking it to the bedroom asleep, and then taking it back to the boardroom, you know, really wanting to, you know, conquer the bigger issues in some of this stuff. But it's true. Once you start sharing your story, it does allow you time, because once I did say, you know, well, step back and say, hey, I can't do all of this. And once I did delegate and share, even within my internal team, my family and workers, but then also with my clients, and step back and say, hey, this is what's going on. Wow, doors just started opening left and right, with so many opportunities in so many areas. Thank you again for having me. Gosh, it's every panel and every topic or subject that I've had to speak on or been on, balance always comes to me as far as my last tips you would like to give. Of course, balance is one, and I've always said, you know, I've just gone with the flow. And in that, I've learned to listen. And I think we've already said the meditation, the breathing. I think in that you can walk and write and hear, but you need to listen to your inner self, the intuitive or your spiritual side speaking to you, whatever you believe. But like Chad said, in that you'll find your balance, because once you are seeking and doing happiness for you, in that pursuit becomes happiness. You are doing and loving what you do. Like Rochelle said, her to-do list and her prioritizing that's the happiness. It begins her happiness. And much like Michelle is sitting here describing how she, you know, came to her illness, that's the same story that I'm now living and becoming true in my authentic self, and where I'm walking now and my balance. And so we're doing what we love, and in that is your pursuit. It's your happiness, and you'll see things come to you. Like I said, coming out here home, I didn't want to come back home to Portland, Oregon. We're doing so well and successful in Atlanta. Why do you want to leave? And I left and went to New York, and then all of a sudden, you know, boom, the illness takes precedence, and my life and health takes that. So luckily I set up such a great, you know, entrepreneurial walk for my team, that they could just take the ball and run. And so in that, I think the balance is just do for self, finding what you love, and you'll find that happiness.